Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Welcome to part 2. In part 1 we mapped the 2 HR career paths. Today we choose 2 real career stories, the myths and mistakes that stall HR careers, a 5-question test that makes the decision for you, and a 90-day plan to act on it. If you haven't seen part 1, don't worry, here's the 30-second version. Generalist means breadth. Hiring, payroll, employee relations, compliance and engagement, usually in one role, usually in a smaller HR team. Specialist means depth. One function owned end-to-end, talent acquisition, compensation, learning and development, or analytics, usually in a larger, structured HR team. They climb different ladders. Generalists toward HR manager, HRBP and HR director, specialists toward senior specialist and then head of that function. And on pay, in India, a generalist with a few years in sits roughly between 6 and 12 lakhs, compensation or analytics specialists between 12 and 25, HR manager or HRBP between 15 and 30. Bands, not promises, and they shift a lot by city and industry. 2 quick stories, illustrative examples built from patterns I see repeatedly. First, Meera, 6 years in HR, the only HR person at a 120-person manufacturing company. Hiring, payroll, factory floor grievances, statutory compliance, engagement, all of it. What she did right, she documented every process she built, so her work became visible instead of invisible. Her turning point, she went deep on employee relations and compliance, the riskiest area for a factory. The outcome, promoted to HR manager, not because she did everything, but because leadership trusted her judgment across everything. Second, Rahul. He started in recruitment and noticed something. He enjoyed the salary negotiation and benchmarking part far more than sourcing. So he moved into compensation. He learned Excel modeling, market surveys, band design. What he did right, he picked a function with scarce skills and hard numbers attached. The risk he managed, he deliberately joined cross-functional projects so he never became a data silo. Today he owns the annual increment cycle for 3,500 employees, and a seat in leadership reviews. Different shape, same destination, influence. 4 myths worth deleting. Myth 1. Specialists always earn more. Not automatically, an HR manager on the generalist track often out-earns a mid-level specialist. Myth 2. Generalist means not skilled enough. A strong generalist manages hiring, payroll, law and culture risk simultaneously. That's a skill set, not a gap. Myth 3. You choose once, forever. Most HR leaders switch tracks at least once. Your first 5 years are data collection, not a life sentence. Myth 4. A small company means you can only be a generalist. Even in a 50-person company you can own one area deeply, hiring, or HR analytics, and build a specialist profile from inside a generalist job. 5 mistakes that stall HR careers. 1. Drifting without deciding. Letting your company choose your path by default, year after year. 2. Confusing exposure with expertise. Sitting in 10 interviews isn't recruitment expertise. Owning a hiring funnel with numbers is. 3. Ignoring data. Both tracks now expect basic analytics. Attrition, cost per hire, time to fill, compa ratio. 4. Specializing too early, before you understand how the business actually makes money. 5. Staying broad too long. After 5 or 6 years with no signature strength, interviews get harder, not easier. Let's make this practical. 5 questions, answer honestly, and count your A's and B's. 1. Do you enjoy variety, or mastery? 2. Does context switching energize you, or drain you? 3. Do you prefer solving people problems, or building systems and working with data? 4. Do you want to lead all of HR one day, or lead one function brilliantly? 5. Which compliment feels better, she handles everything, or she's the expert? Mostly A's. Start on the generalist track and build breadth first. Mostly B's. Pick a specialization now and go deep with proof. Split 3-2? That's the T-shape. Stay a generalist for now, but choose one function to become the go-to person for. And to be clear, this is a decision aid, not a psychometric test. Whichever way you lean, build the right toolkit, and in India, that starts with compliance. The 4 labor codes came into force on the 21st of November 2025, replacing 29 older central laws. The central rules were notified in May 2026, and state rules are still rolling out, because labor is a concurrent subject. If you can explain what the wage definition changed is to PF, gratuity and leave encashment, you are more valuable than a peer who cannot. Add PF, ESI, gratuity, bonus and POSH compliance, end-to-end recruitment, payroll and HRMS operations on tools like Keka, Darwinbox or Zoho People, employee relations and IR, and basic people metrics and MIS on certifications. Note there is no credential literally called HR Generalist. The broad scope options are SHRM CP through SHRM India, HRCI's APHRI or PHRI, and NIPM membership. For specialists, deep knowledge of your function, advanced Excel and HR analytics, benchmarking with Aon, Mercer or WTW surveys, project and stakeholder management, HR tech evaluation, and the ability to tell a story with numbers. Certifications here are function-specific, WorldatWork CCP for rewards, CIPD or ATD for learning and development, and HR analytics programs from IIM, XLRI or ISB. Here's your 90-day clarity plan. Days 1 to 30, audit. List every HR task you did last quarter. Mark each one energizing or draining. Find the function you keep gravitating towards. Days 31 to 60, test. Volunteer for one project in that function. Ask to own one metric end to end. Talk to 2 people already doing that job. Finish one short course in it. Days 61 to 90, position. Rewrite your CV around one clear strength. Replace duties with numbers in every bullet. Update your LinkedIn headline to match. Pick your certification and book the date. 90 days from now you won't be guessing anymore, you'll have evidence. 5 things to remember. Generalist means breadth. Specialist means depth. Both are legitimate careers, not a hierarchy. Your first 3 to 5 years are for exploring, not committing. Depth is what makes you hard to replace. Breadth is what makes you promotable. And the T-shape wins. Broad enough to lead, deep enough to be trusted. That's the full picture across both parts. So, which one are you? Comment generalist or specialist with your years of experience and I'll reply with a suggested next step. Like if this brought you clarity, subscribe for weekly HR videos, and if you found this one first, part 1 has the roles, the ladders and the salary data. It's linked below in the description.